Hey guys, Kurt here with NK Garage again, and today we are on the road. I am here today with Nick, and we're gonna go buy some tools. Got another big tool haul for you guys. Basically what I found was on Facebook Marketplace, I found a guy that had posted a whole tool lot. He's got a price of $1,000 on it, and basically looks like he was trying to do some tool reselling himself, maybe like a flea market booth or a tag sale thing or something like that. And it probably didn't go too well for him, so now he just wants all the stuff gone. So there's basically a bunch of plastic bins full of tools, and we're gonna go take a look, see what brands are there. You know, he mentioned there was a lot of Craftsman and a few Snap-on, and there's a lot of junk too, you know, Taiwan, you know, and no brand and whatever. So we're gonna see what's there and come up with a valuation and give him an offer based on what I think, you know, it's worth. So let's go take a look, and hopefully let's get some tools. Hey guys, so we just did the sale and we bought the tools. They're in the back of the truck, and yeah, we bought the whole lot. Basically filled the back of the truck. There's everything from sockets to ratchets. There's torque wrenches, extensions, adapters, pliers, adjustable wrenches, pipe wrenches, all sorts of stuff, like all kinds of stuff. Maybe a little bit of diagnostic tools and electrical tools. There's some power tools. Yeah, Nick, what do you think?
Well, Kurt's into the hand tools, versus me. I like the more things that move and work, equipment type tools. So there were a couple good finds, of course, for Kurt. I mean, that's the majority is the hand tools, but there were a couple good finds I'll show you later that I'm really excited about. But I think we did really well. Really nice guy too.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. He gave us $100 off, so we did the deal for $900, and we got the whole lot. So we'll be showing you guys that in a little bit. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so we're back at the garage, and we have a truck bed full of tools. This guy, basically he went through his entire garage. He had a 3-bay garage, and he went through all his tools and everything in his shop, and basically decided to get rid of everything he didn't think he needed anymore. And that's what all this is. And he had bought all of these pretty heavy-duty bins, and originally he was doing like tag sales and flea markets and stuff, trying to sell it, and he realized he didn't really want to do that anymore, so he decided just to let it go all in one lot, and that's where we came in. I think most of the good stuff, or the stuff that I'm really interested in, is actually on the lower tier of all these crates. So we're gonna go and get these unloaded, and then we'll give you guys a peek. But there's definitely a lot here. Definitely a big haul, and it's gonna be a good time.
But wait, there's always more.
There is a little bit more in the truck. All right, let's get this unloaded. All right, guys, let's start with my personal favorite. Might be a common favorite, is the ratchet bin. Now, just to let you guys know, these bins are all sorted as the guy had them, but this one is mostly ratchets. There's also some T-handle bars and breaker bars and stuff like that in here, and some torque wrenches. So yeah, let's get to it. This one right here is pretty cool. This is a JCPenney number 3830. It's a 3/8 drive torque wrench here. Goes up to 100 foot-pounds and as low as 15 foot-pounds. Untested. The ratchet works. Seems to be that the lock here works, so far seems good, but we'll have to test that later on. That was pretty cool to find. We got this here is a Proto torque wrench. It is the 6016-3 Proto half-inch drive torque wrench, and this one does 10 foot-pounds up to 150 foot-pounds. Again, same kind of deal here. You know, everything so far seems to work pretty good, but again, will need to be tested, possibly calibrated. So there's that. Got one more torque wrench for you guys here. This one is just an old style beam torque wrench. Nothing too crazy. It's made in the USA. It's a Sturtevant Co. Nice little item. Go to the breaker bars. We got a gear wrench, 3/4 drive breaker bar. It's a 81401. Pretty decent shape. It doesn't even, I don't even know if it was ever used. Maybe a few times. Okay. Another D-handle sliding breaker bar, 3/4 inch drive. This one is a Plomb. It's a 5685. He's got tape on a lot of these things with price tags and whatnot because he was doing like tag sales and stuff, but pretty decent shape for its age. Breaker bars here. This one is a Bonney. It's a 4288 3/4 drive as well. Pretty cool. Definitely vintage. Here we have a Industro Super 3222 1/2-inch drive breaker bar. It also has the 1/2-inch drive detent here. Might be that it goes with this tool here. This is another Industro ratchet. I mean, I guess you could put this on here and ratchet. This is called the through drive system Industro had. I mean, I think a couple companies did this back in the day. They didn't really, wasn't very popular, but pretty cool to see. Industro Super 3202R. And this one was the 3222. Got a 3/4 inch drive, Blackhawk 69999, USA made, 3/4 drive ratchet. Nice piece. Got a bunch of these 1/2-inch drive SK ratchets. The 42470. Here's 3 of them. I think that's the 3. Yep, 3 of them right here. Used, decent shape, nice finds. Got an old Companion ratchet. Companion was one of Sears' lower tier brands. 1/2-inch drive. Craftsman 1/2-inch drive ratchet, round head style, USA made. Nice shape. This one's pretty cool. The Do It Best. I grew up always going to Dill's Best with my dad. We always used to make fun of it, call it Dill's Worst. But it was a nostalgic part of my childhood. You know, the store was right down the street, and then one day they got bought out by Page Lumber, and that's what it turned into. But kind of cool to see their Do It Best ratchet. Nice little piece. Craftsman, little 1/4 inch drive ratchet. Here's a nice Craftsman. This one's the old V series with this old quick release, like rectangle style 1/4 inch drive. This was one of the original ones with the original patent number on it. Pretty cool to see that. Another Craftsman 1/4 inch drive, quick release, V series. This is how they started, and this is where they went with the quick release. So pretty cool to see that stuff. And we got a Craftsman 3/8 drive, 10-inch long, V series breaker bar. There's a couple of other various things in here, just junky little things. Here's a little stubby Husky, the double-sided one, you know. The guy put together these little like packages. This one's all Craftsman, I think. All 1/4 inch drive stuff. This one is 3/8 drive, little package. Again, Craftsman, USA made stuff, I think. The ratchet might not be USA made, but the extensions and adapters are. Alright, moving on, and we're going to start going a little faster here. I wanted to show you guys the ratchets in detail, because those are pretty cool. Next up, we got some quick spinner handle. This one's an Industro Super. Pretty cool. Nice vintage tool in very nice shape. This one here, real quick, I don't know if I actually see anything on it. Probably not. Here we got this one is her brand. It's pretty cool. It's got this little like tapered end on it. Kind of interesting. Looks like a little warhead or something. Pretty cool. 1/2-inch drive. This one here might be another unbranded. Oh, nope. It's a Cornwell. That's cool. There. Just these junky 1/4-inch drive spinners. This one's a Pencraft. Down here, can't find anything on there. This one's an old SK. That one's pretty nice. It's in decent shape. And this one's a Craftsman, USA. In here, we got all sorts of types of extensions. There's a couple of universals. This one's pretty funky. But yeah, there's a lot of nice American stuff in here. This one's SK Wayne. This one here, Mitalloy, Japan. 3/4 drive. This one's her brand, the H29. This one's Bonney. Here we got SK. Another SK. This one's a nice long one. A bunch of other little guys. I know there's a bunch of Craftsman. There's a lot more SK. Good finds here. Next up, we got some screwdrivers here. These are all like the exchangeable bit screwdrivers. He's got a whole thing of bits here. Not like I really needed any more of those. There's a couple of nut drivers, some nice old Exolites. Here's a nice one, the Craftsman 47476. This is the one where you can put the bits inside. Pretty cool. There's some of these little junky things. All sorts of the type. There's just a regular Craftsman flat blade. And we got all sorts of other goodies in here. This guy. Let's see what's in here. This looks interesting. Oh, this has got all the big bits inside. And this is a Hollowell brand. And Hollowell, I mean, they called it that because they have the hollow well on the back where you can put all the pieces inside. They're not too popular, but they made very interesting tools, very compact tools. I had one of these a while ago that inside was like 7, 8 SAE sockets, and they all fit inside each other. And it was about this size, and it was like a whole SAE 3/8 drive kit. And this one is for screwdrivers. So that's pretty cool. Definitely vintage. In here, got a lot of stuff. What I was most excited about was the scratch holes, because there's a decent amount of those in here. Hard to read some of the brands on these. I think this one just says Ryan. This one, can't tell. There's a Craftsman one, old Western Forge. Here's a wood chisel, possibly unbranded. Got different scrapers, got some brushes in here, some soldering stuff. Here's some old socket kit with the Allen drive. There's a chainsaw chain in here. There's some plumbing stuff. And all sorts of it. Next bin, got a bunch of air fittings and related type of stuff here, which is good because we'll get to the air tools in a minute. Here, this is kind of cool. OTC, Ford radio removal tool. I don't know what models that's for, but interesting to see. Some wire brushes, we got some scrapers, we got some chalk lines. Stanley Surform. Just some little gauges, more chalk lines. Got a bevel gauge. Little torpedo level in here, made in USA. The exact handy level. Hole punch tool, some scissors, other little various little things. Oh, here's some chalk. Not really a lot in there. Next bin, go to the oil filters. Got the old Huffy, made in USA. This here is just this is a chain wrench, made by Mac. More oil filters, KD. Hard to see, some of them are dirty.
I'm gonna go ahead and correct you. Those are the weirdest looking oil filters I've ever seen. I think you mean oil filter wrenches?
Yes, oil filter wrenches.
I don't think you can filter much oil with those.
There's another KD, another KD. I mean, decent selection, a lot of KD in there. There was maybe a couple others. In here, we got an old compression tester with the box. That's kind of cool. The rubber here has definitely got some dry rot, so but it looks like there's another piece here, so might work, might not. Not sure. Got more of these box cutter knives. This is the one thing we get in every tool haul, and we've got about 30 of them. They're great tools, but I don't know what to do. I'm swimming in them. We got all these, you know, power probes and test lights here. Tons of them. Tons of them. There's a new in package circuit tester. Staple guns. Oh boy, do I hate staple guns. I get these all the time. And these Arrow T50 staple guns are so worthless. The highest price you can get for these on eBay used is like $4 plus shipping. And it has to be like really nice condition. A couple other guys have done a little better by including the staples. But again, they're just overabundant. Everybody has them. Nobody wants, because everybody's got 10 of them apparently. Next drawer here, got some tape measures. Here's my Stanley Power Lock. I love these tape measures. I hoard them. They're great. This one, I don't know what the buttons are for. I guess it's an electronic tape measure or something.
A screen on there?
Yeah, it's got a screen. It's a Starrett.
Very cool.
Starrett brand. Digitape. I didn't realize it was a Starrett, so maybe it actually is worth something. Just a couple of squares here. Various brands. It'll take me too long to find all the brands. Got an old grease gun here. Got one of the old drill braces. I mean, they sell. They don't sell for a lot of money. Oh, this one says England on it. Is it Stanley? It's a number 10B. It just says England. Very interesting. I don't see any other thing on it, just other than that it says England. I got one of these.
It's like a cheapo RAM set.
Yeah. I thought it would be a RAM set, but yeah, it's Powers. All right, continuing back over here, we got a bunch of pipe wrenches in here. This one's Eastco, used, but still works. This one, I think, made in Spain. Got a couple of riveters in here. This one's a nice 14-inch rigid. That's nice. Made in USA. Couple of smaller beat ones. Here's a smaller rigid. This one is bent to hell. Oh my god, look at that. Who did this? It's cracked too. Chinese one. Next in here, got brand new in package, the Gear Wrench Universal Ball Joint Separator. Really cool tool. Coil spring compressor, Pittsburgh, seems to be new in the box. Got these wheel bearing sockets, various ones in here, KD, OTC, various brands. Here's a Mac Tools clutch alignment set. Looks to be in pretty decent shape. Hopefully all the pieces are there. There's a Mac Tools, I guess a puller tool, but it looks like the other half of it is missing. Got some wrenches here. There's some good ones in here, like here's a Snap-on, Eastco. They used to make tools for Sears. There's an SK. A couple of these older Mac wrenches in here. older SK wrench. Various brands, just some cheap Taiwan stuff. A couple more smaller Mac ones. Next bin here, this is all spark plug sockets. We've got everything from the little chainsaw tool style to these, you know, freebie things that they give you with certain equipment. And we got an old Husky one here. Some Craftsman, USA. A bit more Craftsman. There's a Blackhawk. Decent selection. Some good, bad, and the ugly. Over here we got more sockets. Here's a SK set. This is a metric set. He wrote in here 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 for deep, and short 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 18. Plus a nice ratchet, an unbranded extension. Oh, he snuck a Husky socket in there. But decent amount of pieces in there. When we bought it, I thought it was just a case. This is a socket set. It's the Craftsman Evolve. They're made in Taiwan. But they're impact sockets. We've got 10 millimeter, 11 millimeter, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 24. Just random pieces. Some more chrome sockets, a couple more cheap impact sockets down here. This one here is a Mac. It's just a Craftsman. A couple more pieces. There's like an SK. Here's a cheap little socket set. They're impact though, but they're all made in Taiwan, just unbranded. Got this here. It's the Cummins Pro 1/2" drive metric impact sockets. Decent amount of them in here. Got a bunch more sockets in here. There's different pieces, like here's a Cornwell, Craftsman. Got some SK here. More SK. This was pretty cool. Seems to be new in the package. Small little Craftsman metric set. There's little bags he put together, probably of what he would call, you know, sets, but I think they're mixed brands, mixed series. This one's probably a Mac. Yep, that's a Mac impact socket. There's a snap-on impact socket. It's a 13 millimeter 3/8 drive. It's a good one. There's these magnetic socket organizers here. There's 4 of them. They're used, but this one right here, this one says Mac, this one says Mac. So they might all be, yep, this one also is Mac. 4 Mac socket magnetics. Got some air tools here. There's a couple of power tools. Like here's just a Craftsman. He wrote not tested on it. Battery, you know, little drill thing. Nothing too crazy. There's tons of air hammers in here. Some of them are just like unbranded. This one's Mac tools. They're Mac. And all of these are just untested to us. This one's just made in China. Here's a Napa drill. Cool. This is an Ingersoll Rand here. Unbranded one. I thought this was kind of cool. It's the Craftsman air cutoff wheel. Here's just a pickle fork attachment. I got a Blue Point 1/2" drive impact gun. A couple of unbranded impacts. Unbranded air ratchet. And some cheaper stuff in the bottom. Alright, now on to the second half of the haul. Here we got a hammer bin. We got everything from Chinese ball peens, you know, to some unbranded stuff that's, you know, kind of in rough shape. Just spare handles. Here's another Chinese hammer. Here's an East Wing, very used. Just a bunch of random hammers. Nothing too impressive, but came with a lot, and doesn't hurt to have a couple extra hammers lying around. Some extra handles too. Over here we got some wrenches. There's a wrench rack, and here's a Craftsman branded wrench rack. This was cool. Craftsman ratcheting the flat style with I guess they're not reversible. They're just flat style ratcheting wrenches. Bunch of Allen keys. There's a bunch of these Chinese adjustable wrenches, but there are a couple of nice ones in here. Here's a Proto. This one is a Fleet, and here's another Proto, and the Crescent. One of the old pocket sockets. I don't know who was using these, but they made them. Various wrenches in here. I think this is like the junk pile. I don't really see anything too crazy in here, but there are some stuff like the Velocek wrenches. Here's a Craftsman wrench. It's just dirty. Other various pieces. Here's one of the little like socket wrench style. I don't know if that was modified. Probably was. Blackhawk. Next bin, we got the nice selection of files here. Didn't really need any more files because I'm sitting on a horde of them, but I'll take them. Various drills, a lot of the older drill bits from those old brace drills. Couple hole saws, nothing too crazy. Various power tools. Even got ourselves a nice new hairdryer. Craftsman skill saw. There's a drill in here. Old Sears Craftsman drill, 1/2-inch drill. Box, Harbor Freight, you know, whatever. Here, got some slide hammers. I think there's like 5 of them in here. So I'll take them. I mean, I'm sure. Got some clamps here. Best one of the lot, I think, was this Billings and Spencer. It's a number 66. So interesting. It doesn't close all the way, and I don't know if that was either modified at one point or if that's the way it's supposed to be. I'm not sure. Tried to look it up real quick. I didn't see anything on it, so I'll have to look into that again later. But it's a nice big C-clamp. MYE pipe cutter here. It's the number 1A. Pretty cool. In decent shape for an older pipe cutter. And very clean. They're usually very dirty. We got some cheaper clamps like this Olympia turbo clamp. Old vintage clamp. Some Chinese stuff. And one Wilton. Got one Wilton clamp, number 404. Here, yeah, we'll go over here. This was interesting. Inside here is some old engine honing, bore hone stuff. I don't know what is here and what might be missing. I don't know a lot about this, but it'll be interesting to go through it and see if it's still usable. In here, there's a Craftsman little belt holder thing. Some of the old folding wooden tape measures. Got some brake flaring tools. Caulk gun. Here's a Pitman arm puller. It's a KD. Various little things, miscellaneous things. You know, here's like a punch for a bearing driver. Still new in package, door handle and window lift remover. Here's another one, brand new in package. Weld mark, flat soapstone holder. Needle nose adapter. Here's another one of those window tools. Nice little Stanley pipe cutter. More pipe cutters in here. And various little things. Screwdrivers. Next up is screwdrivers. I like screwdrivers, and I like to see when I see some of these older SK screwdrivers. Here's one of the green handle ones. That one I think I'll keep for my personal collection. This might be a snap-on. It's hard to tell. It might be worn off. Tons of the old Craftsman, Western Forge screwdrivers. This says Mac. In here we have an impact screwdriver. No bits, but still something. There's another impact screwdriver here. This one, trying to find the brand. IIT. Various little screwdrivers in here. Tons of little ones. Pocket screwdrivers.
You buried some SKs in a bag.
Oh! Oh! Jackpot! Jackpot! That's a nice set of SKs. Yeah, mostly flathead. Oh, actually, half flathead, half Phillips. Gonna be keeping those. Got a nice little snap-on stubby with the hard handle. Various Craftsman ones. Here's a nice big Phillips. This is a Phillips number 4. That's a nice one. Another impact screwdriver by KD. Oh, got a little set of the little guys mini stubby screwdriver set. That's kind of cool. Here's just some blue stuff. Channel lock. Ooh, that's interesting. I've never seen those guys before. And they have the screw holders on them too. It's pretty cool. Down here we have the Vacos. These are the ones that are solid with the handle. Vaco also made screwdrivers that look just like this, where the handles came out. The handle separated from the shaft, so you could have one handle and like 30 bits. There's probably some more cool stuff in here. I think it might be time to move on. In here we got various saws, cheap Chinese pry bar, all types of saws, hacksaws, wood saws, trowel. Alright, more sockets. This is all 1/4" drive stuff. I'm just going to kind of quickly go through this. You know, over here, you know, here's a SK, got some Craftsman. Other than that, I think we just got some various brands. Here's a little Snap-on guy, Snap-on 5/16. A little ace kit, a little miscellaneous stuff. Over here we got some older Mac. This one's a voltage tester, this one's a battery cell tester. I don't really think there's much that can go wrong with these, so they probably still work. Westward digital multimeter. I mean, I don't even know if it's ever been out of the box. Some other multimeters here. This one's a Craftsman. This one here is Commercial Electric. Over here, this is definitely cool. We got the Sears timing light, Craftsman, with case. This is solder gun, Craftsman. Nice old Craftsman solder gun. It's got the Crown logo. A lot of guys look for tools from that era, so might be an interesting one. This says Jigsaw, Powercraft, and there it is, one of the old metal body jigsaws. Over here, we got some wrenches. There's a bunch of big wrenches in here. A lot of cool stuff. We got Proto. We got the Williams Super Wrench. We got some Craftsmans. We got some SK Wayne. Got some Durochrome. Proto Los Angeles. It's probably another Proto. Master Hand. Here's the Mac. Blue Line. Haven't seen that one. SK in all types. It just keeps on coming. Over here, some smaller ones. Got a bag of Craftsman double open wrenches. Got a bag of Taiwan. Got some interesting like Half Moon wrench here. Electrolyte brand. Starter and manifold wrench. Here's a nice New Britain double box offset wrench. There's some gear wrenches in here. Various little guys, tons to go through. Over here we got a bunch of various, got channel lock, tongue and groove pliers. This one's Power Track. Resell vice grip. Some channel lock brand, channel locks. There's some snap ring pliers. This one's Craftsman. We got some wire strippers here. Got some KD tools right here. Let me see. Oh, these are the interchangeable points for the snap rings. Some more wire strippers. This one's junky. This one's okay. Got these.
Ooh, I've been looking for those.
Oh yeah. Various brands, I think. This one's the SpeedX, and this one is the Archer. But they're those quick strips, multi-strip tools. These are definitely, they make quick work of stripping. Various pliers in here as well. There's slip joint pliers back there. Here's a Crescent USA Lineman's pliers. Along some other little needle nose and stuff like that. In here we have some tin snips. Guy even gave us a piece of metal, and got one of the good old, this is the SK Wayne tire wrench, 3/4 sockets. This is what got me going in the first place. This is why I went to this thing, because I've been trying to grow our 3/4 set. We've got all different types of brands here. This is a Craftsman 1 7/8. Here we got another Craftsman, older style, Proto. This one's like brand new. It's used a little bit. Blackhawk. There's a couple of these Protos here that have been ground down just a little bit, but that's all right. I mean, it's a 2-inch socket. This one is another Blackhawk socket. They just keep coming, guys. Here's a snap-on 15/16 inch. Her brand. This one, Williams. It's Bonney. And we could spend all day. We got Plomb, Craftsman, Proto. But I like how everyone I pick up is in Chinese. Proto. They're all branded. Proto. Here's the first one that's kind of cheap, but it's a gear wrench at least. Proto. Williams. Good stuff. We got this side is all impact. This one here is a Bonney. This one here, another Bonney. Nice thick wall. That's a serious socket. Bonney. There's another Bonney right there. And Proto. It's good stuff. I was happy to get that. Here's some more sockets. A lot more Craftsman in here. He's got a bunch of Craftsman taped together here. SK. All the regular brands, you know, Proto, Snap-on, Matco, SK Wayne. It's a nice newer Snap-on, 7/8 inch socket, nice chrome. Over here we got some more 1/2 inch drive sockets. I love sockets. This is a whole rack of Craftsman. We got some older Snap-ons in here. 13/16, 7/8. Various pieces, more SK, more Her brand, more Plomb, more Williams, more all of the good stuff. Mixed in with a couple Taiwan and Chinese, I'm sure, but this is all SK bag. It's very good stuff, very nice stuff. Then he gave us a bunch of his garbage. This little organizer, empty DeWalt bin. all of these color bins. We have the rack is over here. We might set that up somewhere to sort nuts and bolts. I might resell it. Not sure yet. We got to find a spot. Various organizers and bins. An old shop light. It's a thing of hose clamps. Old toolboxes. This one's pretty cool. It's a Craftsman. It's plastic, but it's got the 3 drawers. I don't think there's anything in here at all. But that's interesting. Here's a bunch of wire nuts. I mean, that was nice that he gave us all his wire nuts. Another box of little electrical things. A lot of these adjustable dampening switches. A couple sorting boxes and bins. There's a couple 3 old levels here, but they're all pretty old and nasty. And I'd say that was quite the haul, but we're not done just yet. So Nick's going to show you guys what he picked out of the lot that he's pretty excited to talk about.
All right, guys. So there's 2 things that I was interested in. Let's start with the one that I wouldn't say I was excited about it, but it's mechanical tool. So down here we've got a little DeWalt compressor. It works great, and it's a nice quiet one. I hate loud compressors. You can see over here, this is my personal compressor. It's a Fortress from Harbor Freight. It's one of the quiet ones. I love it like that. So the quiet little DeWalt, always good, works. The big one, this is a McNaught Maxi Lube 35-pound grease gun. So basically, you put this on a 5-gallon bucket of grease, and you hook up air to it. And now you can grease. I don't have any air. I guess it's hooked to my outside compressor. But now we have an air-powered grease gun. So we have a lot of heavy equipment, and grease is expensive. We normally buy it by the case. These cases are expensive, and you have to load your grease gun every time. I use between 1 and 2 tubes of grease every time I grease our equipment. This thing right here is going to not only save us money, but really cool to have. And if you look these up, so this is a model P2, so quite older. You can't really find a lot about these, but they're on to the P3, the P6. So a modern day McNaught air-powered grease gun for a 35-pound container runs you about $800. So this one's perfectly functional. So works for us.
I'd say that was a success because we paid $900 for the lot, and eventually I bet Nick would have convinced me to buy him one of these, grease machines, because last time we bought grease, Nick said, "Oh, let's buy some bulk grease. Let's get a deal." So he bought 4 cases of this stuff, and it was what, $450?
Something around that, yeah.
And that is less than what comes in a 5-gallon bucket, and a 5-gallon bucket is $250?
Yeah, about $250.
So you're getting the grease like almost half off, something like that. And eventually over time, if we use, 4 cases a year, every year that's $250. So in 4 years, you'll have paid for this probably.
Plus the waste of each individual tube of grease, and you only get one basic greasing of a machine, and then you're throwing out this plastic or cardboard tube, which not only takes time, but it's waste.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely happy. All right, guys. So that concludes today's video today. But give the video a like, hit that subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed, and let us know, out of all the tools in this room that we got today, what do you think is the piece that you'd be most excited for? Now, we're not talking about the biggest, win, the biggest dollar win or whatever like that, but what are you most excited about? I think if I had to pick something in here, that's a tough one. I know Nick's is probably the grease machine.
He's got that right.
But for me,
it's too much for him to take in.
It might actually be the Blackhawk 3/4 drive ratchet. This thing is pretty nice. It's nice heavy duty. It's very comfortable. It works well. I know it's not the most expensive thing in here, but out of what we needed for our stuff, I'd say this was definitely a good addition. We've been expanding our 3/4 stuff. That's why I kind of went for this lot. So between this and the 3/4 sockets to help fill our 3/4 collection, I think that for me is what I'm most excited. That's what I'm most excited about. So that concludes our video today. And if you want to see more about that grease machine out there and more about equipment and some of the landscaping stuff that we do, check out our other channel, NK Landscaping LLC, to see some of the heavy equipment work we do, some landscaping work, and Nick might even be making a video just about that grease all in one.
I think he's absolutely right. So check out NK Landscaping, new video every week, and I think that'll do it for today.
Yes.
All right, see you guys.